to this amazing Google Hangout with the none other than Donnielle Carter.
Hello.
Woohoo! I am Christine McIver, along with my beautiful co-host Milica Jelenic.
Hi
We will
there.
be we will be interviewing Donnielle and talking about everything she's creating in the world and this amazing class called Right Body for You and what that's all about. So I'm super excited to hear way more about it. And Donnielle is she's a creator of magnitude. And up until probably I would suggest maybe the last 6 months, she's kind of been doing it pretty quietly. And I'm so thrilled that she's no longer hiding her beautiful being, her beautiful awarenesses, and she's stepping out into the world big time. So, Donnielle, thank you so much for doing this with us tonight.
Oh, thanks, Christine. You're adorable. Yes, like all good humanoids, I was bad at promoting myself.
And who challenged you, Donnielle, to step up?
Oh, you were one of them. Yes, definitely. Christine lectured me. Lovingly, caringly, of course, but yeah, she lectured me, which I appreciate.
That's great. That's fantastic. Well, there's so many amazing beings creating in the world, and you know, I just get that there's, like, I'm super excited. I don't know about you ladies, but I'm super excited to see what else other people are creating and how many more creations are waiting to be born. And it's through people like yourself, Donnielle, who are stepping up in the world that you're being the invitation for the rest of us to create. And
Thank you.
how yummy is that, really, for all of us, that we have people that we can, I don't want to say follow, but that can show us the way, and to have our bodies come along in a yummy, yummy way too. Oh, how exciting is that? I'm so grateful because I know that I'm completely different in the body that I have chosen, and we're getting much happier together, so that's fantastic. But so, Donnielle, most recently you've been doing some work with Gary Douglas, and you've been doing the lies of obesity. So tell all the listeners what that experience has been like for you.
Oh my gosh, the first question you asked me was like, who was the one that really like pushed me and kind of my first get your butt out there? And honestly, that would have been probably Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, because Right Body for You is actually a division of Access Consciousness. You know, it uses the Access tools, and I am currently co-facilitating a teleseries with Gary Douglas called Addressing the Lies of Obesity. And, you know, it's a really, 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 really interesting series. Things are being revealed and talking about bodies and points of view about it, and that obesity is not necessarily about weight. It's about the way we stuff ourselves on judgments or points of view. You know, I know people who are wickedly thin and they're obese on judgment. So it's this teleseries has been really incredible. And what's neat is, as the series has been going, I'm getting so much more tools for the Right Body for You class, because Gary Douglas is just brilliant. You know, and we have these chances to ask him each week. It's a 6-week teleseries, so we've been talking to him each week, and it's just been incredible. You know, he and I talk before the call, and then, you know, what are we going to talk about? Where would we want to go? And then during the call, it's just been an amazing, amazing gift. And, you know, Gary was the first one when I started Access to really go, you need to be a facilitator. And I'm like, what? No. Not me. I have nothing to contribute. And he just rolled his eyes at me, and yeah.
Cute humanoid.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the calls that you're doing with Gary, the very first call just about threw me right out of my chair. I was like, this is nothing what I expected, and way, way more than I ever imagined I could change, and change so quickly. It's a huge contribution, and if people have not signed up for that, can they still get those calls, Donnielle?
Yeah, they could probably still get the calls. They can't join the calls live and ask questions,
right.
But it is still available for purchase, and you can get the
right.
after and everything.
Well, I just know that it's expanding so much more with all of the things that you're bringing into the world, all of these awarenesses that you and Gary are uncovering. It's like I said to you when you and I first talked. So Donnielle, Milica and I are so happy to be hosting Donnielle in Toronto,
Yes.
Canada, for Right Body for You. And I said to you when we first spoke in the fall, I said these calls are going to change the class, the Right Body for You class, and you had said yes, they absolutely will.
And it really is. And just to like kind of indicate something that is coming out of the call is we really uncovered some interesting things about the way we look at mirrors and photos and videos, about how we in our body feel good and everything, and then we look at a photo and go, oh my gosh, when did that happen? And
Right.
we really started uncovering some interesting things about how it is a summary of like our judgments,
Right.
but it's not only just the judgments, it's also the persona we've decided to share and show the world. So it was really interesting because it's like I would look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm being my mother or anything like that. And if I had any resistance to that, that also affected how I looked in the mirror, photos and videos. And so it's been really interesting, and that's just one little thing that we uncovered that is now in the Right Body for You class. So I'm really excited.
That's fantastic. So tell everyone, and Melita and I included, what what is the Right Body for You class? What makes it unique to everything else that we are seeing in Access?
Well, it is a division of Access Consciousness, so it uses the Access tools. And what's neat about it is it does focus on the body, and I'm going to air quotes, focus on the body. Um, because, the one thing I hear most about the Right Body for You classes is people have attended to go, oh my gosh, this is a life class, which really makes sense to me because there is such a symbiotic relationship between the body and the being. As my mother used to say, be nice to your body, you don't have anywhere else to live. And so, like, Gary created Right Body for You about 10 years ago. And because he realized that people came into Access classes and their body changed. And then they came to body classes and their life changed. So there is this really big symbiotic relationship. And does anybody know anybody who has judgments of their body?
Oh, I'll just admit to them having myself.
Right? And we're not just talking about if there's a problem with the body. I didn't ask if you have a problem with the body. I didn't ask if you had health issues, weight issues. No. Do you have any judgment of your body? Do you ever look in the mirror and go, oh, bad body day, And so this is what this class is to help you get out of judgment of your body, because honestly, your body is such a gift and contribution that you are cutting off so much of your psychic awareness, your empathic ability, even your ability to make money if you're judging your body. And so this is
Wow.
the beginning of Right Body for You. It's like, what if the Right Body for You is closer than you think? And I like to ask, what if you didn't have to change your body for you to receive the magic, that it is?
So when you say, I don't know why this word suddenly popped because I've heard it a billion times in concession with the whole title, but when you say Right Body for You, when you're saying right,
Yes.
why is this popping all of a sudden, Donnielle? Most of us will say, if you know the clearing statement, right and wrong, we're talking about that in a judgment way.
Mm-hmm.
When you have Right Body for You in the title, how is that different? Because I'm perceiving it is.
And it's so awesome because it took me years to be able to even say that. And I would sit there and have a conversation with Gary. Actually, it wasn't a conversation. It was more of a whining session to him. I'll be honest. I would be like, Gary, but right body, isn't that that's just a judgment, and I can't say that. Right body, can't we call it something else? And right body had already been around for about 5 years at the point I came in. And he's like, no, it's right body, or 3 years, I don't know, a long time. And he's like, no, it's right body. I'm like, but Gary.
Gary responds to whining so well.
Yes. Fortunately, he usually just chuckles at me, rolls his eyes, and goes, "No, we're calling it right body view." I'm like, fine. For me, I finally figured it out. After I used the tools enough and got over my own point of view, that there was a right body that I was looking for. I realized that it's the call out to people, because right body for you is not about creating the right body, because there is no just one body that is the right body for people. So basically it's a call out to people who are judging their bodies, because out in this world, what are people actually looking for? The right body. And so it is a call out to people. Basically, it's one of Gary's greatest techniques, I would say, is for him to go, you know what, hey, come find the right body, and you know what, by the way, you already have it. Let's get out of judgment of it now, shall we?
Yeah, it's like I often call it like provocative marketing, nearly.
Yeah.
Like he kind of pokes you with something, and it's exactly what's required in order for you to change it. I mean, if anybody's ever had a conversation with Mr. Douglas, it's usually you might get a wedgie. I know he did that with me, and I had a lot of points of view, and as soon as I got over it, everything in my world, everything changed. So
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing at that, and yeah, that's what it is, right? And I love that you asked that, because it's really been coming up. I would say probably in the past year more than any other time, I've had people go, "Wait a minute, why do you call this right body when isn't right a judgment?" I'm like, yes, and see, and I'm really excited about that, because that means people are actually becoming aware of bodies and aware of energies, and so things are changing.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So Donnielle, can you tell us, in these classes, I've been to, not tons of access classes, and maybe like 15 or something.
You've been to one, it's a lot, so 15 is like...
Cool. So, I know, that was a judgment. So can you let us know, like, what is it that, so for people who have never been to an access class, because this class is open to the public, right? So you don't have to have any experience to walk into this class. You can be off the street and it's your very first access class you've ever taken. Can you let people know what sort of happens in these classes? What can show up for them, or what can they kind of take away from this?
I love the Right Body for You classes, and I keep them as intro classes without prereqs, so it can be the invitation to people, because like I said, I don't know anybody who hasn't had any judgments of their bodies. And what's really neat with this is what actually happens in the classes is I help you to acknowledge your body. I know it sounds strange, but so many people in this world go throughout it without actually acknowledging their bodies. And I was one of the big ones of that. I knew I had a body because I, brushed my teeth. I kind of did my hair and kind of dressed. As Gary likes to affectionately say, I used to wear a lot of tents. And so I help you to begin to acknowledge your body, and in that create and strengthen the communion and connection and communication with your body. I help you to see and acknowledge the consciousness that your body has. And then what's neat is from there, and I actually walk you through this. It's not like I just sit there and talk to you. I'm like, okay, let's close your eyes, do this, connect with your body, and we do some of the access consciousness verbal processing. And so this is why it's called a workshop, is because it's very hands-on. We do a lot of activities. Yes, we do a lot of pod hocking and a lot of talking, but we also do a lot of activities. And then once we start to strengthen that communication with your body, from there we do conscious eating. We help to get rid of some of the points of view about the right food, the wrong foods, all that kind of stuff. And then we actually do some activities to help you and your body actually begin to recognize what your body would want to eat, because who eats, you or your body? And
my body.
Exactly. And so you actually want to ask your body what it would like to eat, not what you think it wants to eat. And so we actually walk through that in the classes. And then, from there, it's really neat. We talk about bodies and earth, bodies and pain, bodies and money, which is always an interesting one for people to come up. They're like, what? You talk about bodies and money? I'm like, yeah, body is one of your ways to create money.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about selling yourself on the streets. Although, hey,
okay.
Why not? Go ahead,
It's a source.
Yeah, right.
It's a choice, right?
It totally is. And then we talk a lot about words and languaging, because words have energies to them. And so, what words are you using to create your body? And we go beyond. If somebody's taken like a foundation and level 1 class in Access, they've heard the try, need, want, and things like that. And we actually take it and include a lot more of those different words and phrases. And one of my favorite things is I help you to really start looking at the underlying points of view about what you say about your body and about other people's bodies.
It's fantastic.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. And my kitty cat just joined me if you hear her.
Sweet. I know that I've watched people, especially, I just take it like with my daughter, like I watch people, a lot of times they'll commentate about either her hair or her body or how tall she is or how cute she is, and it's really funny, her physical reaction to people's judgments of her. At first she used to like cringe and go, oh, like she wouldn't even want to go near people, even if they said she was cute. All the judgments really affected her, and she just didn't want to hear it. So, though as she's gotten some tools, she's only 6, though she can kind of do, if she doesn't remember, I'll say, like, what if it's just their point of view? And she's like, yeah. And sometimes she'll remind me, what if it's just the point of view? I'm like,
cool.
Yeah. So we can have these tools pretty young, but also when you look at kids, right, like, how long have we been having these judgments impacting our bodies, and that's affected us since like birth, or even in utero? People will be like rubbing baby bellies going, oh that baby's going to be so beautiful, like how do we know, like really, like how much stuff do we put on each other all the time?
Or even like simple what we think compliments. Like I said about my my nephew one time, I'm like, oh, he's going to be such a lady killer. And it really freaked out one of my friends. They're like, they said that about me all the time. You're going to be a man killer. Please don't. I'm like, whoa, you're right. What am I projecting on this child?
That's, it's amazing how much we can be affecting ourselves with unconscious words and affecting our body. So I wonder how many people are really looking to change their reality with their body and enjoy who they be and the body that they've shown up in, and how much just looking at the words can begin to change that. And this workshop is going to be way more than just the words.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that's just an aspect of it, and that's because I'm a wordsmith, I'm a writer, a radio show host. I spend a lot of my life.
Where's your radio show?
On AtoZen.fm. And shockingly, it's called Right Body for You. I know. Right Body for You on AtoZen.fm.
Fabulous.
I think I had it yesterday. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yes, you did have it yesterday.
I know. It's cute. But, I'm a wordsmith. I love words. I love looking at the energies underneath it. When I was speaking with Gary yesterday before the call, he said a word during a process, and he goes, I can hear you looking it up. I'm like, absolutely. I love to look at the original meanings of words and to see what we're actually creating ourselves with. And, and Milica, like your daughter, even if somebody says to you, oh, you're so cute, it's like we come into this world so aware. And how aware is she of the underlying point of view of some people are saying, oh, you're so cute, and she loves it. And some people go, ooh, you're so cute, and there's just a freaking weird energy, and so she starts backing up.
Yeah, and she'll get it, and she's just like, ooh, she doesn't want to go near them.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's money. And she does get money for it, so, it's funny, like when you talk about money and bodies, she gets money for from people randomly all the time just for existing. So how awesome is
I
that?
love that talent. And what would that take to have that more often? Yeah.
Can we choose that one again?
I like that talent too. It's really cool. What I wanted to ask you is, so we're talking about being a wordsmith and like the energy underlying words. So, how much fun can we have in this workshop? And we could call it a play shop.
Yeah. Actually, I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Melissa, you're so smart.
And and it's the
I
fun.
got that from somebody, but I like that word, so I've made it a lot.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun, and that's people always ask me. They're like, "Well, how did the class go?" I'm like, "I had fun."
Yeah.
That's
classes
really
are really fun. Even like just to know that you're gonna be meeting other people who are choosing more to create more in their lives. Like for people who, for me, I think one of the first times I chose to go to more of an advanced class was literally because I wanted to meet people.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, consciousness, cool. I want to meet the people. I want to go give hugs to people who are willing to get hugs. And apparently we got phone calls coming through the house.
See, they're calling in. They're like, yes, we want to come. They want to come.
And and I have so much fun in the classes. And honestly, a lot of change can be done with tears. And I tend to be sarcastic, and we usually laugh and have a great time. Sometimes people cry, and a lot of times people cry from laughter. And for me, laughter always makes my body feel so good. And so, yeah, right body for you classes. And what's funny is because right bodies are such a serious subject.
Yes.
And diseases or weight issues or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's so serious. And that's one of the biggest compliments I ever get is like, oh my gosh, you can take the most serious subject and make it fun and light. And I'm like, well, there's humor in everything. And once you begin to see, for me, that's one of the gifts is once you begin to see the insanity of the creations and the funniness of it, you know what? You have less judgment of it, and you actually allow things to change. And so, I do promise laughter.
And you never know how it'll show up, because as I've been asking questions of my body, most people are looking to like create smaller bodies, but my bum actually grew like seriously like 2 sizes. I was like, woohoo, yay bum.
Baby got that back.
You never know how it's gonna show up, right? Like wow body, and my body's like, yeah, bring more of that. So it's really funny because I was telling a client about that. Like, you never really know how your body will show up when you ask these questions. And she was actually feeling sorry for me. I said, no, but my body really loves this new bum. So it's okay. You don't have to feel sorry for me.
That's so cool that you said that. When I was just thinking about this today, is my body, since I've started to do these processes, my body has actually put on some additional weight. And I initially went into are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? And as I've been like, okay, let's just work the tools and see what wants to change, what wants to occur. Let's just see if this stuff really works. Like, okay, I'll be really honest. I was like, what the hell? Okay, I'm going to see if this shit works. So I started to do it, and I started to really step into a communion with my body in a way that, like, I can't. It's sometimes hard to put words to it, because it's like I look at the curves of my body. I look at every, the curve of my shoulder, the curve of my hip, the curve of my knee, and I'm like, wow. It's just it's very, very different, and I just show up differently, and people are like, I talk to different people, I date. I'm not in a committed relationship, and so when I'm dating, people are like, how old are you? And I this is fun for me, because I like, well, how old do you think I am? And most men that I've dated, they're like, they've started at 46, and then in the last year, it's gone down to like 42. I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm getting younger. But my body has not gotten, quote unquote, right, which I had perceived needed to be thin.
No.
right?
See, that's
But
the
it's my
thing.
relationship with my body, right?
Well, yeah, and and that's the what I ask in the with the Right Body for You books and stuff. It's like, well, Right Body for You. What if it's closer than you think? What if you already have the right body? You didn't create a body of somebody else's. You created your body. So what's right about your body that you're not getting? That's one of my favorite tools to ask people. It's like, okay, well, what's right about your body that you're not getting? And it's interesting the things that come up during class. They're like, oh my gosh, even things like, well, I asked it to get bigger and it did. Wow, okay, so that's right about your body. What if that wasn't judgment? What if that was exactly what you asked it? And so the fun thing is, like, the underlying point of view about that is, great, you have more communication with your body than you've given yourself credit for.
Right.
What? Yeah, because you asked it to get bigger and it did. Oh.
Oh, we're so cute.
Yes,
So the
yeah.
class, so the class is being held the evening of March the 6th, all day Saturday, March the 7th, and all day Sunday, March the 8th. So it's a 2.5-day class
Yes.
in Toronto.
Yes.
And then on Monday, we're doing something extra special. So can you tell us what Monday is going to be, Melitza
I can tell
and
you about it because I'm like, woohoo!
Yeah, I'm really excited. I am now doing Right Body for You Taster Facilitator training. And what that is you can facilitate any Right Body for You topic up to 4 hours. And what's neat is it's not just things like, topics include, it could be weight loss, it could be food, it could be communicating with your body, things like that, things that, a lot of people know about Right Body for You topics. But it's also things like, I have people doing shopping with your body, or chefs doing cooking with your body.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It's fun stuff like that. And also, like, I have a doctor did one of my taster facilitator trainings, and so she's going to start doing classes of finding the right doctor with your body, actually including your body in the computation of who it wants to take care of it. Yeah. And so, it's a lot of fun, these different classes. And so it's Right Body for You Taster Facilitator training, and that's
a full day class as well?
Yeah, and I am having so much fun with these classes. It was so funny the first time. Another little push from Gary Douglas, thank you. I'm like, facilitator training? What the freak am I going to do with facilitator training, And I opened my mouth and words came out, and I have had so much fun with that. We talk about facilitation, what we think it is, shouldn't be, money, with facilitation, receiving money for what we consider altruistic things, and it's really a lot of fun. And we even do some brainstormings. It's like, okay, well, what topic would be fun for you to do? And I should mention in the play shop, right, Milica? In the play shop, we do hands-on body processes too. Forgot that part.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah, minor detail. So we do a couple of hands-on body processes as well, and one of them is tailored specific to the class. Access has over 50 body processes, and so one of them is whatever energies are in the class is what the process we do that day.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So there's no prerequisites for the 2.5-day class.
Correct.
And so anyone can come, newbies, people that have been around in any kind of body work can come. For the taster, what is the taster training, facilitator training? What is the prerequisites for that, Donnielle?
It's the prior workshop, so it's the 2.5-day class prior, and then through level 2 and 3.
Okay, so bars, foundation, level 1, level 2, and level 3.
And there is a little way we can play with it. If you've been through foundation and level 1, talk to me. A lot of stuff is possible with that. but at least through foundation level 1.
At least through foundation level 1. Okay, great.
And it's a pretty intensive class because I've actually had people like do the 2.5-day class without prereqs, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun. I really want to come tomorrow. Can I come tomorrow?" And they've done maybe like only bars or not even bars, and I've had to say no because it's a pretty intensive class, and so it wasn't an honoring of them and their bodies for them to come. So, but it's a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Oh.
So we're going to have. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I should mention too that the workshop or play shop 2.5-day class is actually also a prereq for an advanced Right Body for You that Gary Douglas and I are co-facilitating in April.
In April?
Yeah.
So how many of these classes do you require for the advanced?
Just one.
Just one. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And this is the very first time an advanced Right Body for You class has ever been out there with Gary. And what's exciting is because enough classes of the Right Body for You workshops have been done that it's time. It's time, yeah.
So where and when is the advanced?
The advanced Right Body for You is in Houston, Texas, April 10th, 11th, 12th. Gary and I are co-facilitating, and it is also live streamed. So if you come to the weekend in Toronto and then you can't make it to Houston, it's okay. You can live stream it. So.
You can join Milica and Christine in a live stream.
Fun party!
Woo woo!
We love that party.
Yes, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are going to have all of the sign-up links below this Google Hangout YouTube that you can listen to. So just go down there. Go down there and click on that. If you have any questions, you can certainly email me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. You can email Milica. Milica, what's your email?
You can email me at magicalmilica, so MAGICALMILICA at yahoo.com. Because my name doesn't sound the way it's spelled.
And Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com.
Yep.
Yes?
2 N's, 2 L's. And also check out the website, donnielle.com.
Right. And we have a Facebook event page set up as well. We'll put this link there as well. Come over there, play with us. We'll be posting announcements. We'll be posting any information about the where and the classes, the rooms available, any fun things that we want to be doing in the evening in Toronto. So we would love to have people come and play. And Donnielle, I can't wait for you to come. I mean, my body is like, is she not here yet? Is she not here yet?
I know.
She's here in August, but then she left.
Yeah, why did she leave?
Right. And I honestly, I love doing these classes. I love seeing people enjoying their bodies and getting out of judgment about it. Do a lot of people change their bodies after classes or during the class? Absolutely. But you don't have to have a body problem to come.
Right.
It's like if you judge yourself and judge your body at all, this class is for you. And it's magical. It really is. People's awareness gets better. They make money, little things like that.
So we begin to include our body in our lives and in our businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'd love to see I would love to see people who are trainers who already work with people with their bodies come out to learn new tools so they can work with their clients so that they can have a different point of view on how to do this. And all the chiropractors, massage therapists, everybody who already works with bodies and people who never worked with bodies who just really are doing this for themselves. There's so many things. If you do have a business and you are working with bodies, how much more can this class add to your life and to your business and to your own
to your clients?
For me, this is so yummy. It's can do so many things for so many people. It can be an invitation to change through everybody who's choosing this class, and how are they going to then go out to the world and be different for everybody else in their life.
Yeah. And not to mention even makeup artists and hairstylists and people that are working with, anywhere where people are trying to look or appear better, right?
Oh yeah, and I keep trying to find somebody to do makeup in your body. because I know I can't be the only person out there going, help. And
Actually, I think we have somebody.
I know 2 people who would do makeup in your body. Yes, I do. I'll talk to you about that later.
How does it get any better than that? And if anybody that's listening to this has any ideas, please email us. Like, what can we do? What can Right Body for You and the class in Toronto, what can we create that is going to change bodies for everyone around the world?
Yay.
How much can we create? And really, it's not just about us. It's about what we can actually put out into the world to change the realities for all the little ones and the big ones in the world. I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh, how many weeks? I gotta figure that out now. Now it's like Christmas for me. I'm going to do the countdown.
I know, and I
if you're really,
forgot to
really
mention
excited,
there's a book.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So, Right Body for You book, for anybody who has yet to read the book, please feel free to get that.
Yeah, and I wrote the first chapter of that, and Gary wrote the rest, and he's just amazing. And we might be doing something else together in the written form in the near future, so we'll see what goes on with that.
Cool. And those books will be available at the class too.
Yes.
Right. Excellent. Okay, well, thank you so much, Donnielle. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And if you'd like to listen to Donnielle leading up to and getting your body excited, check in every Wednesday on A2Zen.fm at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's your time, right?
No,
PM.
I am 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
2 p.m., sorry. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can go check out all of her archives, amazing shows that she's created, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. I've had such a good time being back on the radio. You know, and I used to be, like, painfully shy, so that's one of the fun gifts I had was being back on the radio, and I'm having such a great time with that. And
fantastic. Yeah,
so please check out the archives. There's one there's one of the shows called Waiting for Your Life, and it's just gone crazy. It's had so many people view
it's
it.
had over 1,000 hits. I'm like, oh my goodness, Donnielle, this is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's at like almost 1,100 now, and it's not even been a month. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, and Milica, thank you, girlfriend, for helping to create this. And let's change bodies. Let's change lives. Let's have some more play with our body.
Ladies.
Thank you. We'll see everybody in March. Yay!
Bye.
Bye now.